Oh,
you get 5, brother.
Wow.
ChatGPT, don't do
You
that.
got 5, brother.
That is what you dream of as a kicker. It's what you dream of as a professional athlete. This is, geez, we need to say that.
He's doing that. He's stirring.
Boys,
Outside of the Warriors.
Believe it or not, I can actually speak to this.
Yeah, talk about it.
It's showtime, baby.
Hanging records on my demo. Did y'all boys not get the memo? Did y'all boys not get the memo?
What I say? Clockwork. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang! Y'all know that was finished? You're going to fight.
Last name ever, first name greatest.
Do I play on or not?
It's far from over. All right.
What up, family? Back for another week. Man, I feel good about this show. I don't know why, but I feel good about this
It's
show.
because we just came off a red hot weekend, boys.
Oh, did we? What, lads?
What a weekend, man.
Oh,
Can I just start by saying, lads, well done. Well done. I'm alluding to, for our MVPs, these boys delivering their last live show for the morning shift. I was able to attend. I was able to be invited on stage, and what a treat, bro.
saved the day.
Honestly, lads, it's a real knack. I will say this, okay? It is a real knack to be able to sit on stage for a good 2 hours and have the audience engaged the entire time.
I think he's underselling it. Did you just say we sat for 2 hours?
Oh, Matua, I didn't see
did.
you get up.
That's a knack.
Nah, but yeah, honestly, boys, well done.
No, thank you.
And yeah, I think you felt the love from everyone in the room that night. It was special. And if that's, I guess, any reflection of what you've been able to give each city that you've visited, then yeah. Well
Yeah,
done,
I
brothers.
appreciate
well
that.
done.
Marc, I knew we must have done something right. Sean's wife texted me. She never texted me anything nice. Even she texted me on Sunday morning and said, I hate to say it, but you guys are actually proper funny. Love you. Can't wait to see where the show gets to. Marc, that actually reads, I had the best time. I didn't think I was going to enjoy my time, and it was so great that I even have to text you. That's what I read from
This
Kayla.
is the best. Brooks' harshest critics are those who are closest to him, right? His crew. Now, I sat there with this crew and we watched the show, right? And on one end is me, and at the other end is Phoenix Karaka, and in between us is hate, okay? That's how it felt. Now, you got me and Fee on either end of this aisle. We're singing the intro. You know, we're in there. We're with the shifters,
Yeah.
like through and through, loving it. And then in the middle, you got Kayla, Darrell, and Simone, and they're just going, oh, it's culty. All this stuff. But by the end of it, boys, for Kayla to send that message, it's a true reflection because you had this whole row. Yeah, they were up and singing and dancing and moving. So, yeah, what a vibe.
Nah, it was a lot of fun.
It was an incredible run of shows we did.
Yeah.
And thank you to all the shifters. And I know there's a few MVPs in there as well.
Yeah.
We joined communities, and that was it was super cool to be able to finish it off with a bang in Auckland in front of a massive crowd at, where was that? Kiri Te Kanawa.
That's the one.
That's a
Autex
big
Acoustics,
place,
man.
brother.
Nah, we walked in there.
Shaun,
and-
you went up on stage. What was that like to just look?
Okay, so I was feeling myself a little bit. I was a bit warm, had a couple of beers.
Went to the All Blacks?
As I watched me mates cook, come back off the All Blacks
Yeah.
as well. Great, hosted the All Blacks. What an environment that was. That's a really cool place to watch some footy. Come over there, and then I walk out on stage, and I just look, and I look, and I look, and I'm like, okay, well, that keeps going up.
It just keeps going up.
Yeah,
eh?
completely different perspective from down on ground level on the stage to where I was sitting. So, yeah, really cool to be able to share that moment with you boys. And
Nah, appreciate that.
yeah, spread the love of the book too, which was cool.
Hey, speaking
Well,
of the
yes.
book, it's book day.
And I have to be honest, right now, if you are watching this was recorded on Tuesday, so this is the day, and it's because we've taken some time away from the show.
Yes.
We all worked our calendars because Shawnee, you've got
Shaun's a
grand
busy
final
man.
jersey, duties.
Yeah.
Books to talk about.
So this is where we have literally, it is release day when this is being recorded. And Shaun, how are
Talk to
you
us.
feeling? Big moment.
Yes,
The book is out.
A big moment. The book is officially out. Publication day or publication week, as they call it. And some things have really hit me this morning. I don't know. I felt a little bit off, I would say. Just, you spend so much energy at the idea of having your story out there, but now it's like, okay, now my story is out there.
Yeah.
You know, there's no going back now. Really is no going back. And I'm a little bit nervous, obviously, because I've never let anyone
Let
into
alone
my space.
everyone.
Into my space on this level. You know, I talk about some things in the book that I've never been able to speak about before, and wholeheartedly tell my story through my eyes. So, yeah, a little bit anxious to see how it's received, but also have felt the love and the support so far. Like, received some really nice messages even this morning. So yeah, it's
I've read
an
the book.
exciting
It's a good
time.
book.
Yeah, my boy,
it's-
you dive into it, and similar to what Kayla said to you. You know, when you get a message off Brook, we're always keep each other in check. You know, that's what we do. But Brook said some really nice things that make me go, okay, maybe I am on the right track here. So,
What chapter are you most nervous about everyone reading?
Just before you say that too, Shaun, while you think about it, do you remember when Corey Jane released his book and there was this massive uproar because he let out a lot of stuff that had happened during
did too.
And there were people like, man, I can't believe he said
Wait,
that.
yeah.
He was
Put a name
nervous
to that.
about it.
yeah, I was definitely
Shout out to Corey Jane,
mindful.
though.
Yeah, I was definitely mindful of, I guess, exposing certain situations to a certain level because I didn't feel like I need to do that to tell my story. You know, it definitely wasn't about. Just hear me out. A few comments on a post I put out were like they all wanted to hear about my exit from the club, and I think with that maybe they wanted to hear me maybe dog some people or you know speak poorly of some people. But I just didn't do that. I can wholeheartedly say I just don't have the energy or time to do that. Otherwise, I'm no better than
That's
the blokes
it.
I questioned and sit behind a keyboard and type some
In
things.
your head today, ain't you? Yeah,
I am,
can
bro. I
imagine,
really
bro.
am.
I
Man. There's a
imagine
lot
dropping
going
a
on.
ball.
But I guess if there's one bit I'm probably most anxious about, maybe it's when I talk about the rotation of coaches through the early part of my career. You know, like not really seeing out or having consistency of leadership above me. So maybe that's because I feel like at times when I read that back, I had to question it myself and speak to the editors and Sumo who wrote the book around. Man, is that the energy and tone I want with this?
Yeah.
You know, like is it where I want this book to sit? But they're like, mate, if this is your story and this is how it unfolded for you, it's important. You know,
Okay,
so-
can I have an exclusive? Can we have this as MVPs and on this podcast?
Okay.
If you had your time again, which out of those rotational coaches, the ones who all got to it, who do you reckon you connected with as a player the best, and you would have helped you, I guess, win a premiership if that was to be the case? Who out of all the coaches that you experienced and
Oh, that's
during that
gotta be
rotation?
easy.
Well, so do I exclude?
100. No,
Well-
well, whoever it is that you think would have been
Okay.
the most that connected most. I'm not saying with the club or with the team, but someone who you saw as being somebody with that. Man, if I had that
okay.
person around for longer, I would have really been able to.
It's a hard question to answer, but I'll say this. I was too young to appreciate Ivan. I didn't know any other way. Okay. Now, if I'd had Ivan and he stayed at the club for the entirety, who knows what that would have looked like.
Yeah.
But one thing I craved, I guess, in hindsight and being able to reflect on my journey was stability, like, and leadership. Because with every coach comes a different philosophy, a different set of rules, a different set of game plans, a different method in how they view success. But if I'd had Ivan off the back of 2011 and just kept them, I look at someone like a Cameron Munster at the Storm with Bellamy,
Yeah.
I envy that because it's like, man, how cool is that? Just to have someone that you just respect and trust so much that whatever they do or say, you're wholeheartedly committed to. But if it's not Ivan, and the one coach that came in and made the biggest impact on me in the short period was Andrew McFadden.
I love Cappy.
Yeah, Cappy. He by far made the biggest impact on me as a player, as a person, in that short time at the Warriors.
Yeah.
And then when I went to Cronulla, it was John Morris. And then obviously when I came back, Andrew Webster, man. If I'd had Andrew Webster from the outset, I feel like we could have built something, created something together for a long stretch. Like,
What is it about Webster? Like, sorry, I know we're dragging this on, but I and this isn't even in the book, so it's not about. Tell me what it is about Webster, because he's a player coach, right? Like he's
Yeah.
a player's coach. He's
Yeah.
not. He's not a organisation / I'm pro. Because sometimes you can get that. You can get ones that are
Just-
in a system that have to
Yep.
deal with that. He,
Yep.
he gets the players up.
yeah, I've definitely had coaches, I say this respectfully, like where their footy IQ is just ridiculous. All right? But being able to translate that as a talent.
Yeah.
Transfer that and make it
People skills.
right? Like, they just haven't had that. Webby's got the real beautiful balance of having both. Okay, he's a smart dude. He's a smart dude. He doesn't overcomplicate the game, but his delivery and messaging is what separates him. Yeah, his ability to get the group connected and on the same page. Like, everyone in the squad currently, I feel like has complete clarity over their role within the team. That is the power of Andrew Webster.
He
Yeah.
feels like he has a sense of care.
Oh, a big sense of care. Like, that's not, I'm not even talking about, like his human element. Like, I'll go for a beer with him like that. If he said, let's catch up for, bang. There's
Done.
no awkwardness. It's
Yeah.
like, man, you just know you're going to catch up with like one of the boys, like a mate, like, you know?
Do you
That's
want to
cool.
Do you want to know? I chat GPT. I said, if Ivan Cleary stayed with Shaun Johnson his entire career, how many championships do you think they would have
Hey,
won?
GPT would know.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Like what? If you stayed with Ivan Cleary, then Nathan comes in as well.
Just give me one. Oh, that's all I need.
Well, you're guaranteed one according to ChatGPT.
Okay, what's it got?
They reckon you get 3, but if Nathan plays, you guys get 5.
Oh,
You get 5, brother.
ChatGPT, don't do
You got
that.
5, brother. You could give a couple away.
Man.
Speaking of giving away, it's probably a perfect segue to this week's Betcha results.
5, bro. You fooled the hand.
You could have had 5 because you were picking this week for Betcha. We're going to be doing our Betcha matchups, and that's coming up next. Also on the show, we've got a whole lot of things that we need to get through in the sporting headlines because it's been a busy week. And then Ryder Cup ticket prices fascinated me. I want to talk about that as well. So, boys, want to get into it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's roll. And let's get into the Betcha results for this week. And Shaun, it was you picking.
Yep.
You were backing up after Brook decided to gift you a win the week before. And let's start off with matchup number 1, which was our premiership. That was the prelim, the final, between Storm and Sharks. And Shaun, you took the Sharkies.
I took the Sharkies, boys.
Wasn't to be. The Storm back into the grand final, 22-14 over the Sharks. So, Brook, you picked that one up, gifted it.
I'll take that. Shout out Jerome Hughes.
Anything, anything that hit you out of that game? Shaun?
Oh, yeah. The Storm decided to arrive just in time.
Oh, did they what, though?
Far out. That first 40 minutes was an elite game of footy, boys. And the Storm style, damn, if they can replicate that this weekend,
What were you
maybe my tone, the tune,
Oh, the stat you
may
sent.
have slightly changed or shifted ahead of this weekend's game. So,
Bro, this record that you sent us is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, hear
It's
this out.
the Craig Bellamy, in his 23 seasons at the Storm, he's made 22 final series and he's appeared in 11 grand finals. So
Now-
if he don't make it this year, he's going to make it next year.
I don't know what's more impressive about that, especially off the back of our chat around coaches.
Yeah.
One, is it him being a head coach at the same joint for 22 years? Imagine that. Imagine just being a
Stability.
player and the stability of
Yeah.
the joint, the culture, the roots just fully entrenched. You know what you're walking into and where you need to get to be a part of this system, not the other way around.
Other way around.
Have
You
we
know?
seen something like this ever before? Like, I know we talk about that Penrith squad that was going for, to 5-peat. Like, we've never seen this before in the modern era. Is Craig Bellamy the... Like,
He's the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah.
All right. I think we can safely say that. I think he just maybe matched or passed Wayne Bennett's
Record?
grand final appearance
Yeah.
record, maybe. Don't quote me on that. I definitely don't think we've seen a coach like Craig Bellamy before. Now, I'm only talking to my generation of what I know. Geez, you go back to the 60s or something, there's no doubt there's probably a conversation. But what he's doing in the modern day with where sports and athletes are at, truly impressive, man.
I would love for them to play.
Even with salary caps.
Yeah. Does he have the reins? Like, has he got full... Do you reckon whatever he says goes in that place and that's why it works so much? Is it Craig Bellamy or is there someone else who's...
I forget the C's name. He's quite a well-known, obviously, as well. I think
Yeah.
he's been there with Craig, essentially.
Right, okay. So
it's
it's
their
a
thing.
two-man team
Yeah.
kind of pushing things
But
through.
nah, yeah, Storm, man, really impressive and well-deserved. They were by far the better team.
And
So,
matchup number
well-deserved.
2, SJ, you went with the All Blacks to beat Australia in the Rugby Championship game at Eden Park, and the All Blacks did do that. It got a little shaky at times, but they ended up coming out on top, 33-24. When people started to arrive at our show post the All Blacks game, there
was
was
pretty
some...
cool.
Yeah, there were some people who had left, 3/4 of the way through, and they were in that nervous time before the All Blacks actually sealed it. But you were at the game, good big crowd.
Yeah.
Boys
man.
look good.
You said
Yeah.
to me, yeah.
Yeah, you felt it,
yeah.
didn't you?
Yeah, I felt it.
Yeah.
I can see there's levels to this, all right? And the way rugby and the All Blacks host and create that environment at the Garden, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Mount Smart to death, but it's just not on that level. It
Yeah.
just really isn't. And I'm okay to say that. We know where we sit. Love going to Mount Smart. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I experienced in the weekend, even the hosting,
Everything pre-game.
everything about it was just like, it almost was sort of like at that NFL
Yeah.
American football level. You
There
know,
was a
just
touch
the-
of class
It
to-
was. There really was. So well done to the All Blacks brand for putting that on. Obviously, the boys got up too. The first 40 minutes they put on was pretty special.
Clinic.
Now, I know Aussie came back late to make it somewhat close, but they dominated the first 40. Second 40, though, man, like I could have checked out, if I'm being completely honest. Like
Yeah.
the footy...
Too much stoppages. Is that
Bro,
what
I
it
was
is?
literally sitting there with Ryan Foxy, and we were just talking about what we were watching. And he was even saying, like, we were going, mate, like, they got to sort this out. Stoppages everywhere.
You know, if a golfer's getting bored, then we're in trouble.
You know what I mean, lad? Like, honestly, it's time to set a scrum. injury, someone staying down, stopped the whole game. Like it was just so slow. So yeah, but cool night. Obviously,
Shout out to Cam Roygaard, man. It's good to have you back, brother.
Artie Savia, another
Cam
monster.
Roygaard and
bro.
Artie Savia were the difference.
Yeah. All right, let's move into matchup number 3, and it was it's 1-1 at that point. But then, Shaun, you took the Breakers to beat the Wildcats, and they didn't do that on Saturday night. It was 78-89, and that leaves the Breakers winless so far in their brand new season of the NBL. And Brook gets another head. In matchup number 4, we go to the other prelim, Broncos, Panthers. And
Talk about it.
this is where Brook got his head up and won it. Panthers eliminated. They will not be in their 5-peat. Broncos beating them 16-14, but what a game.
What a game.
What an absolute
footy, boys.
Yeah.
Now, this was 16-14. They score in the last. Adam Reynolds. Can we just... Oh, here.
Bro,
That
kahunas.
You know what's even more impressive? That was his first kick of the night.
Damn.
Do you know what's more, like, to add on to that? He's been thinking about that kick he had 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It kind of started the run.
Yeah. He just got to put some demons to bed just then. But, like, Reece Walsh took the first 2 kicks of the night. All right, Adam Reynolds coming back off a long layout, hamstrings, all sorts. He says, in the moment, no.
I got this.
Give it here.
Yeah.
Give it here. And he
Reece
just
Walsh
showed...
too. Woof, jeez.
Yeah, but Adam Reynolds be able to deliver in that moment. Honestly, boys, that is
Kahunas.
what you dream of as a kicker. It's what you dream of as a professional athlete. And he got that moment off the back of his story and some of the things he's felt. So happy for him. And
He Steph Curry'd that thing.
He did. But
Bro, he turned around.
the Broncos, Panthers started red hot.
Yeah.
Dominated the first 40. Just looked like, okay, this is
Panthers
sort of
evolved.
what we were afraid of happening. Like, they just hit their straps at the right time. But to the Broncos' credit, they are at
hung
their
in it.
best when they make the game ugly.
Yeah.
And they did that the second half. All their tries, man, they were just ugly, just gritty tries. Earned it through, they earned their luck, you know? So, yeah, well done to them, boys. Well done. And
There's a belief in that too, Shaun, that I find most teams don't get to or don't have. And you said, they make it a bit ugly, but I imagine most teams, when they're down to Penrith and they're such a gritty machine, and you've got the likes of Cleary, who's just keeping you back on your end of the field, and you got to work it up. To be able to believe, even after the first 40, that you've still got a chance at this, to still make it ugly, and then to go on to win it, that to me is the amazing part.
It is. And you can just see that's that Madge DNA. That really is. Because the Broncos, before Madge arrived, the narrative on the Broncos was that they're pretty boys, they've got it all at their feet. You know, they just want it the easy way. Mm-hmm. Well, man, they're so far from that now.
And it was almost ironic, their last play where they tried to take the 2-point field goal.
Yeah.
That it was the Panthers who looked rattled.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they'd turned the whole game around. The Broncos had made it ugly. They'd got ahead, and then all of a sudden, it was Cleary having to run back towards the 40.
They did that earlier, though, eh?
Yeah,
They
it just
did a
looked
few weeks
messy.
ago,
They got a
he
bit.
nailed that thing.
Yeah. Anyways,
But, man, the streak is done. You know who was incredible? That Brisbane crowd.
Yeah, wow.
Is that if there's a rocking stadium?
Oh,
like is
well, boys,
outside of the Warriors?
Believe it or not, I can actually speak to this.
Yeah, talk about it.
Prelim 2 years ago, played in this exact game at Suncorp. Never felt anything like it.
Really?
And you know that half of that place
You
is
played
filled
in
with
England
Kiwis.
too.
Played in England. I've played in some frickin' stadiums, boys, but this is the one I will claim. Like, the Broncos fans, combined with the Warriors fans 2 years ago, made it the best, most unreal environment to be a part of.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so the fact that it was probably 80-20 in the weekend.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, that crowd. Well done. Take a bow. That was
Suncorp.
incredible.
Well done, Brisbane fans. And we'll see you in the finals. Well, we won't.
That's a good final, though.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is.
really
It's
good
a
final.
great final.
GF.
Or Queensland final. And finally, matchup number 5, and I reckon this was the highlight of my sporting weekend. It was the 2025 Ryder Cup. We went with Europe taking on the USA. Europe to lift the trophy. That was Shaun. You just wanted to put some pride in your name, and they did lift the trophy, meaning that you did get your head. We'll talk about that now, but basically we put Brook's head up. You've gifted him this week.
Yep. I don't think I gifted him. Actually, no, I'm not going to accept that.
You earned it.
No,
He earned it.
this was a good week, boys.
Yeah.
Like, what? We go 1-1. Okay, Breakers,
can't win it.
they were leading by 10 with frickin' 3 minutes to go. Speaking to Coach Azza, who comes through after the show, he's like, I don't know how we won. Like, they went on a ridiculous run to close it out, and they end up winning by
11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just, so that's sweet. But then Broncos Panthers, we're watching that to the death.
That was incredible.
plays out the way it does. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I knew if I got the Panthers one,
Then
which
we're
it was
coming
looking
down
like I was going to,
Yeah.
Ryder Cup was looking likely. So I was like, meh. So I feel like that was a fun week of Betcha matchups. I really enjoyed following those picks too. It was
Well,
cool.
let's not dilly-dally. Let's get straight into what we're looking for this week.
Oh, boys.
There's so much. We're going to talk Ryder Cup a little later
Oh,
on too,
yeah, we
because
got to.
there's so much to talk
Oh
about.
my
with
God,
that.
I love golf.
But let's get into this week's matchups, and it's an interesting one. Brooke, you get to pick up first. We're going to go with the T20, second of the T20 games between the Black Caps and Australia. It's happening in Mount Maunganui, 7:15 on Friday night. A bit of T20 cricket added in the mix when it comes to winter sports.
No odds on that?
Yeah.
Not at this point.
Well,
We
in
are
that
recording
case-
this
sorry,
time.
team.
Yeah.
In that case, I'm
But
going with my heart.
I can tell you that in the first matchup, which will happen on Wednesday night, again before we've done this, Australia is the favourites.
Wow, not in my heart. They're not.
Nah.
Not in my heart. Give me Black Caps, baby.
Black Caps, all right.
Yeah,
Sean,
give me
you get to go
Yep.
on the other side of the coin. This is rugby, the rugby championship. It's the repeat game in Perth, 10:45 New Zealand time. Australia or the Wallabies, $2.60, and the All Blacks at $1.47 repeat. Just a reminder, at this point in the week, Bodie Barrett is out, and they'll be starting Damien McKenzie at 10.
I love D-Mac, by the way. I actually don't necessarily see that as a... I feel
As
like
a loss.
Yeah, it's almost like for like. Different styles, obviously. Bowden Barrett's world class. I'm not arguing that. But I'm going to have a little track back into history here because I might lose some fans. But after the last time we got up for a big game at Eden Park, what did that following week look like, boys?
Shite.
Okay.
Brooke
Now-
was in the All Black camp before, though, so
It's not just single, like
to be fair.
Use.
We.
So just with that, it's an important pick, this one, and it's in Australia. It's out in Perth, right?
Yes.
Optus Stadium, beautiful stadium. Now, I think Australia are going to collect the win this weekend.
The Wallabies?
Yeah, I do. I think the Wallabies are going to get up. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Brooke, you've been gifted the All Blacks on that one.
And-
Okay.
I'll take that.
I do like the odds on that too.
I
do
know,
like the
but I
odds.
can't.
Juicy.
It is a
260.
narrative that
Yeah.
everyone's talking about at the moment.
You know,
But I always take the All Blacks if I'm giving them.
yeah.
I
And
appreciate that.
Yeah, and I'll go the outsiders. Here we go.
I like that. All right, then matchup number 3, back to you, Brooke, and you've got the all-important NRL Grand Final happening at Sunday, 9:30 p.m. So, man, sport just keeps going for us here in New Zealand. 9:30 p.m. It's the Storm taking on the Broncos. They have the Storm as the early favourites at $1.70, and the Broncos at $2.15. Who are you picking?
Okay, hear me out here. I am going with the Storm. I know, Shaun, you said the other day, whoever wins this Panthers-Broncos game, they're going to win the final. Storm, because I thought they looked great. I did think they looked great last week. But I also watched the Broncos win. And the way they celebrated, to me, I was like, that's their grand final. You know, and we've seen it.
Yeah.
I think we see it all the time. And I get it. Like, I would celebrate like that too if I just kicked out the Panthers. And they had 1-4 and we stopped the rain for them to go to 5 and the crowd's rocking. Like, I get that. But I think maybe that was their grand final. And the Storm come through this weekend. I mean,
I can't argue that.
yeah, Jerome Hughes' arm does scare me a little bit, but he just played and he played tremendously. So
he put to
like,
bed any doubts that he was struggling.
You know, like
Jeepers,
that,
how
that
good
try,
is he?
that try
Can we
he had,
just
where he
say how
breaks
good is
through
Jerome
and-
Hughes
He's a
and how good is Cameron Munster?
freak.
Like they're so good.
And you got Grant there and Pappenheisen at the back. Like, they got a squad. But
Yeah.
I
love
will
that.
look in the Storm.
I
I'll
love
look in
that
the
because I am a Broncos supporter. I think we all know that.
We all know that. You got the jersey. You can tell.
Well, I gave that away, so whoever got it, can you give it back? So now I'll happily take the Bronx. I like them. I like them. What Brooks has said is valid, 100%. I was a little bit concerned when I saw the celebrations, but again, you know, in the style they won that game,
Yeah.
being the team to end that dynasty, and then just, boys, 5-6 weeks ago, questions were, has Madge lost the dressing room? It was going around.
Does Payne Haas even want to keep playing?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there was
So
many
there's so much more in this for the Broncos than what we are probably remembering. So I'm looking forward to seeing them go down, and it's a grand final. It don't matter what's happened. It's a GF, boys.
it's a big one, man.
grand final. Woo! Ben Hunt back there. Oh,
Are you
it's
there?
just... Nah, I'm not going
Are
to
you?
it. Nah, so I'm going to happily take the Broncos 2-15 too. Hey, give me
All
the
the
outsiders
Lords.
this week. I'm
I
happy
like
with
it.
that.
All right.
Come on.
In sports matchup number 4, it's back to you, Sean, and we're talking UFC 320 Sunday at 3 p.m. It's the light heavyweight bout, a repeat of Ankalaev taking on Pereira. Ankalaev obviously has the belt. Pereira looking to challenge. He was the one that took it off Pereira, who was on an absolute tear beforehand. He was defending it left, right, and center, and then the big Dagestani, the big Russian, came through and took it. So, who are you picking to win and have the belt?
Oh my gosh.
Ankalaev's big, eh?
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
After the first fight, Ankalaev looked so dominant. I'd never seen Alex Pereira look as vulnerable as he did. But then in saying that, what you've just said, bout fatigue was a real thing for him, right?
Yeah.
The bloke had done that many promos, had to show up time and time.
he was in Australia like the week before,
Yeah, like
making content.
To be fair,
He's-
I was watching you know how they have those great trailers between where they build up to these matches?
Yeah.
I watched 40 minutes of the build up, and the amount of time they spent on how much Pereira was promoting the UFC in Brazil, Japan, Australia. Like he went all over the world with it. He was not focused.
He's definitely going to show up a different human.
I think so
there's no
too.
doubt in the world. But I'm going to go Ankalaev.
Again,
I'm going to go.
back to back.
Yeah, I know you're a big Pereira fan.
I'll take Shama.
And
Yeah,
Shaun.
you love him. So I'm okay with that.
Ankalaev's huge. This is the Vegas trip I think we went to. We were lucky enough to go to UFC, the facilities,
Yeah, yeah.
and Ankalaev was training for this fight.
He
I think was it the week before?
Yeah.
So they were in camp. You're so unawares how big these dudes are, right? He
Yeah.
looked like 4 of me.
He's
Yeah.
a bear.
Which isn't saying much, but he's a big dude.
He is.
But I'm happy with Shama and Alex Pereira. I think we just know how dominant he is, right? And you're right, that fatigue going into it. But this is a fight I can't wait for because I know Carlos. Are we talking about Carlos later, or are we talking about
we
Carlos
are talking
now?
about Carlos later.
Okay, well I'll hold the next one. But Carlos going to be there. Carlos, you may be a believer, brother.
All right, so Shaun, you're taking Ankalaev.
Yep.
And matchup number 5, back to you, Brook. And this is a big one for us because on Tuesday, we're going to be doing another play on pot. This is for people who are users
come
of
on.
the Betcha. We're going to see if we can pull together some money, do a pot on the NFL. And it's the Chiefs, last year's beaten Super Bowls players, 157, taking on the Jaguars, who have found some late form. At 245, Jaguars won last week, and they'll be up for it. So,
Is this serious? Is this just a win or loss?
well, I mean, they're pretty close considering. If you'd given us this at the start of the season, that would have been
I seen someone has Trevor Lawrence as their quarterback. I saw how he went. Damn it! Yeah, exactly, mate. Don't try to pull that over my eyes.
So who are you taking head-to-head on this game?
Chiefs. I think that's how they do it. I watched Patty Mahomes pick them apart the other night.
What a story this would be if I get up this week then off the back of that last pick.
All outsiders.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Are we allowed to talk about the last time you hosted a pot?
Yes.
How
yes.
did it go? Did we ever get a
Dude,
review
it
on
was so much fun.
It was heaps fun.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like we were up and up and up, and then we kind of got a little bit lackadaisical. I think Brook took control of the pot there for a bit,
And
there was some stuff that got thrown on, stuff that like,
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
and that's where the attitude changed. Like
Okay.
instead of just gradually building, it changed to we're here for a good time. Let's just do
Yeah.
it. So there was one large.
We had a healthy pot, and then at the very end, it's either like, we either go home with something or we lose our 10. So we
Yeah.
put it all on with
Yeah.
like
and
2
I'm
minutes
guessing
to go.
you went home with nothing.
And
went
it's
home with
a
nothing,
safe, like you can't put any more than $10 in. Like
Yeah.
it's a fun time because we're all online, all talking to each other, all deciding what it is we want to back and stuff like that. So
Nice.
it's
You're
a
at
lot of
work.
fun.
Well
You're
done.
at work.
All right,
Come
so
hang
Betcha, just a quick review of what we have got in the can right now. We've got Brook taking the Black Caps in matchup number 1. Shaun's taking the Wallabies to beat the All Blacks in matchup number 2.
Ooh.
Brooks
Yeah,
taking the
kinda yuck.
Storm to win the NRL Grand Final. Shaun is taking Ankalaev to hold on to the the light heavyweight belt, and then Brook taking the Chiefs to take out Tuesday's game, or what the Americans would call Monday Night Football game in the NFL.
Come on, Patrick.
And we have our own little wee multi going on there, and we're backing a bit of Shaun in this. We're taking Wallabies to win. You can see the QR code that'll take you straight to this bet. Wallabies to win, Brisbane to win, and the Chiefs to win. And that'll be a healthy little sum there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
There you
Hey,
go.
remember, if you're going to bet, please bet responsibly. It definitely isn't a way out. This is for spare cash only, and have a little fun, and have your ears listening out for when we put our pot together for that big Tuesday game in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Play on.
All right, straight to the MVP whiteboard, and gentlemen, with a few topics to talk about here that we want, people want us to talk about. Have a quick look at, and let's start with the Ryder Cup because that was an incredible game, or incredible tournament all up. Let me just say this, boys. America seems to be telling NATO, Europe, and the rest of the world that we're all losers. Did the Ryder Cup come at the perfect time to slap back the States in a way that only sports can do without starting a world war?
How do we get political? I love it.
I love it. Honestly, boys, I'm so glad that we're giving golf some airtime. I'm glad that it was a part of the conversation last week. I knew that this tournament would deliver. and get people that aren't even really necessarily fans of golf invested. Just storylines, matchups, obviously politics if you want to go down that path. But
How big is the shit talk in golf?
so this is what separates Ryder Cup from traditional tournaments. Things that are somewhat acceptable in Ryder Cup, you would never get
At
in
Augusta.
week-to-week tournaments, Augusta, National. Right? There's a certain level of etiquette that golf and the sport in its history holds itself to, and we're not here to try to diminish that because that's actually what makes golf.
Yeah, it's tradition.
Yeah, it's tradition, right? So we're not trying to make it like the NFL.
No.
Okay, but if you can sprinkle in the odd weekend like we just got, and you can see these players on a more mongrel human level, it just goes. You just get more fans on board. Like I loved Rory McIlroy before the weekend. I actually think I said last week, I want to see him lift this as opposed to seeing Scotty Scheffler lift it. Like that's where I was at. That's why I went with Team Europe. But after some of the things I saw Rory express in the weekend, I've gone, dude, I'm
I'm a fan.
I'm wholeheartedly on your side here.
It was FU and you can
Yeah, and then
S to the F.
it's a time where he can actually stand on business post after receiving criticism, backlash, violent like sledging, bro.
Yeah.
Like one of the sledges, he's getting like relationship advice. Where's Scotty? You know, like everything you can think. Like well below the belt, he has to readdress the ball. He then gets booed for readjusting the ball, but then hits a shot and sticks it to 2 feet.
Pinned it.
You know, and then hearing him asked about that in the post tournament, and he goes, "I'm pretty effing good at golf. I'm really effing good at golf."
Yeah.
Like, yes, Rory.
Yeah.
And
Say it with your chest slammed.
How
Bro,
satisfying
so
was it?
satisfying.
So effing satisfying.
Right?
Yeah.
So oh man, it was just so refreshing to see. I love that they didn't try maintain this like they actually did, but they also just showed us a little bit of like human element to it where they're like, yeah, we're humans. You want to sledge me? You want to get a cup, not thrown at me, but a cup of water tossed at me and my partner?
Yeah.
Right? You think I'm going to accept that? Nah.
The gallery was certainly a lot more feral than I'd seen for
Yeah.
a long time.
I
Any
think
Ryder
that
Cup
Even
too.
like Shane Lowry, bro.
Yeah.
Shane Lowry. Like, one of the real personalities on tour anyway, like, knockabout bloke. He doesn't want to do any interviews after a thing because he just lost in a playoff. He'll say, I don't actually want to be here doing this interview right now. I'm devastated.
Yeah.
Right? And he gets backlash for it. Like, no, you should be. But he was able to be wholeheartedly himself. He's playing with Rory, who's like a little brother to him. Yeah, 2 blokes from Ireland. He's getting, so you see, like, Shane turn around, like, go to staunch out some dudes, you know, like, you want to say that, you know, like, I don't care about golf right now.
Don't pick the Irish ones either. You pick some other ones.
It was
Don't
just
pick
sick.
the Irish.
It's just so good. So talk to us about the tickets. Here we go.
Yeah, so there's this great story that's come up about the Ryder Cup ticket. So the Ryder Cup bumped up their ticket prices for a couple of reasons, and I wanted to discuss what they were. The average ticket price to enter the gallery and watch was $1,373. That's the average ticket price. So
That's
takes
US.
US.
Wow.
That's to take the top price and then the lowest price. It's on average. That's how much it would cost. That in 2021, the average ticket price was $508 just to be a part of the gallery. So it's more than 3 times what it was last time the Ryder Cup was played in America. And the PGA America has looking to make around $200 million on this tournament.
200 million.
125 million of that on ticket prices alone. But it's a really interesting thing as to why they're blowing it up. It's got nothing to do with American inflation or cost of living or, you know, trying to match that or tariffs. What it comes down to is they paid the American players. And you know this, Shaun, they paid the American players this time. Each one of the players used to get $200,000, which they would then nominate a charity to take their fee. This time round, each player from the American side got $500,000. 300 of that goes to a charity. They keep the 200. So they wanted to make some more money to be able to give it to the players, which is fine. The other thing, though, that really matches these prices, they went after the scalpers market. So they could see how much scalpers were making on the resale of these tickets. So they decided, well, if you're going to make that as a scalper, why don't we just sell the tickets at that price? Because that's what the demand is for our tickets.
Right.
So it made an absolute killing on that alone to be able to bring up
I
those.
feel like that's well played.
It is super well played, but it does bring me to this. Would you be willing to protect the integrity of the favourite team that you support, or whether it be the league that you like, supporting, by paying exorbitant prices, so it does strangle out the likes of any scalpers who buy the tickets straight up and then try and on-sell them.
Nah, I'm not paying. I'm not paying there to go watch.
So the PGA used the general public to squeeze out the scalper market by charging such huge prices.
Well, they have the audience too. I just double checked. I said, how many people went to the Ryder Cup? They said on average it's around about 250,000.
Yeah.
So if you go 1,373 times 250,000, you make $343 million on tickets.
That's there. So profits alone, though, by the time you pay the players, by the time
that is
look, at the
absorbent.
end of the day, right? USPGA is a business.
It is.
So we can't sit here and argue, and they still had 250,000 people come through those gates.
100 rowdy people.
Rowdy
too.
people, and I don't really think. Well, say you lower that, say you half it. It's just more foot traffic, right? So it's. I don't even know if they've got an audience cap there. Maybe 250 was all they could let in anyway.
Totally.
So it's like if you're restricted at some point to foot traffic, I'm okay with it. To be fair, I would pay to go to a Ryder Cup premium price, whatever it is. You know what you're going there for.
Yeah.
Hold on. I actually might too, because when we went to the States and we watched the Lakers play,
Right.
we paid top dollar.
Our conversation was, bro, we're here. This is a one-off.
Yeah, we're not going to be back here for a long time.
We're not looking at a cheap ticket.
Like we see
We're looking
LeBron
at an
close.
experience.
Yeah.
That's what it becomes for a Ryder Cup. Or for us
yeah, you might
little
be
Kiwis
right,
that
bro.
get to travel to America to watch an idol.
Yeah.
It's an experience. It's not about, what you're going there for. It's quite naive, I think, of certain people to think, oh, your ticket prices are too high. No, this is a Ryder Cup, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to go watch Barracuda Open next week if you want a PGA event at affordable ticket prices.
Yeah.
Well, I did do the math and go on the Melbourne Storm website to see how much their fans could get tickets for in the pre-sale for the grand final.
What is
Whatever's left. $79 was the cheapest ticket you could get.
Yeah.
You
To
just
attend
can't
the
compare
grand
the two,
final of the NRL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, Stadium, I mean, that's a beautiful place to go. But as you're saying, you're buying an experience when it comes to the Ryder Cup golf. That was only for 1 day as well. That was a 1 day pass. So you'd need 3, 4, 3.
They got
Three.
money, man.
Three.
It's a sport with money.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, moving through. This is another thing MVPs want us to talk about, the Black Ferns and the perfect finishing of how the world rankings and the actual tournament finished up in the end.
Oh.
So, listen to this. Congratulations to our Black Ferns, third place finish. They ended up beating the 4th ranked France, 42-26. Now, they lost last week, this being the Black Ferns, to Canada, who were the 2nd ranked team,
Wow.
34-19, who ended up losing the final to the number 1 ranked team, 33-13. Everything falls into place. Tournament, rankings, a wonderful tournament, and talking of crowd numbers, selling out Twickenham,
Congratulations, man.
Unreal, eh?
81,000 showed up, right?
It's so
Let's stop traffic.
It is
You love
actually really cool to see. It really is. And it got me thinking. I don't know if I should say this. I don't actually think New Zealand rugby, Black Ferns, All Blacks, will ever get back to their dominance again. And it's off the back of what I saw in the Women's World Cup. Even France scoring first against us, I just was like, well, this is a game. You know what I mean? It's not like there's 3 teams and then blow it. Like I was like, we ended up winning, putting 40, but they scored 20. Like, it was a game, even for 3rd and 4th. So like, I'm okay with that. By the way, I think it's great for world rugby. But I just look at the product they've got now, the investment they're getting globally. You got France putting in obviously funds to their women's sports. You got Canada, England. Like, this is actually a good thing for the product. And it's not necessarily a bad look for the All Blacks or the Black Ferns brand. It's just literally, that's just how I feel. Like after
just have to
watching this
remold.
tournament, I just go, the rest of the world has finally caught up.
Yeah.
Especially in the women's game.
Professionalism, right?
Right?
It's the professionalism
And
of
I
the
don't
game.
think we're going to see us go on and ever win 4 World Cups in a row again or whatever
They need to change the narrative, because all we are used to is they sell All Blacks winning
Yeah.
and Black Ferns winning. And so when we're not winning, what do we
The
sell now?
most successful teams in professional sports history. What were the All Blacks sitting at for a bit there? It was like
was in the 90s.
91% win rate, which was better than any team globally.
Both teams currently ranked 3rd in the world. So the All Blacks and the Black Ferns both sit perfectly in 3rd place. And a couple of things that I take note of.
2 weeks ago, we were number 1.
England has a premiership competition that lasts from what I believe, I think it's 6 months worth of rugby that is professional, kind of like our our tier of super at that level. A lot of the Canadian girls play in that league, and so they have full-time contact, rugby training, diet, all that kind of stuff is all being applied to them. That's the number 1 and 2 teams playing there. I know there are a couple of girls who have picked up a contract and are staying over there in the UK to play in that league. I think one of the Bremner girls, I think Georgia Ponsonby's staying over to play there too. It's just set up for the girls to play. Now, our Super Rugby OPEC, I think it goes for 6 weeks, maybe. It's not. I think it's only 6 weeks, so that's not enough. And like you're saying, they are set up. The world's caught up, and now they're moving forward with professionalism. And I don't think we have the numbers to be able to. And I'm not talking player numbers. I'm talking fan numbers, ticket revenue numbers, broadcasting revenue numbers to uphold a Super Rugby, a Wharapama, an NPC. I just don't think we have the numbers there. So at some point, I agree with you. At the current model, we will not go on a dominant run. No. However, I truly believe if we condense our rugby, stop trying to invest in too many different things, make really strong competition, make the world see it, have English players coming down here, Canadian players coming down here because we've got such a strong Wharapama Cup or a strong NPC. I think we can be dominant again. I just think we've got too many eggs in too many different baskets, and we don't have enough fans to fill out stadiums and make it profitable.
I wonder where you start though, because the other argument in all of that, in terms of the fan base, is the actual product that they're buying to go watch. Like, I went and watched the All Blacks on the weekend, and I was more fizzed about the hosting side of it and what I experienced as opposed to what I saw. Now, the first half was great. It was they were letting the ball go, they were moving. I was going, man, this is good rugby. And all of a sudden, just on the bang, fully changed. The second half was a completely different feel.
Yeah.
You know, now we can talk about the numbers from fans or, you know, just even ticket price, whatever it is, all these competitions going on. But at the end of the day, if the product is going to stay the same.
And here's the thing, I really think NPC has been great product. Like, it has been a really good product from the sellout ground down in Southland, trying to defend the shield and the throwing around of the rugby ball.
Well, they're probably lucky that the shield's been on the move as much as it has, right?
That's it. But I do think that the kind of, when it gets too control, when it gets too structured, you get boring rugby. And I think that boring rugby still hasn't entered NPC. And I reckon if that was our main product and Wharapama Cup was our main product, I reckon you'd get a great product for people to go and see.
I'm waiting to see these eligibility rules too.
Yeah, that means a lot.
Yeah.
What else we got? Let's go.
Okay, we've got so much to get through. I'm going to have to skip through a few or else we'll never get to the end of the show. We've already talked about the All Blacks, no Bodie. You're liking that.
Don't worry about that.
Do we want to talk more on the grand final, or what are we thinking with the grand final Broncos Storms? We've kind of hit that.
Let's go Warriors New South Wales Cup.
Yes. The reserve grade.
Yeah. Boys.
Mate,
hey,
30 points to 12.
Well done, lads.
That's a bright future.
Cup boys, man. Like, Tang's head coach there, they've done such a great job because with all the injuries to the first grade side, there are a lot of moving parts from the teams below. And the Cup, they're the team that has to deal with it the most. And they're getting players back last minute, players taken up last minute. For them to put themselves in the position where they go on this run, they win 13 games in a row. Okay, ridiculous. And then, obviously, win the minor premiership. Then to go on after losing the qualifying game to get you straight to the GF against the Dragons. They lost that, had to do it the hard way. Good win the following week against the Eels. Boom, to go into the GF in the weekend and get their redemption against the Dragons. Man, there's some really exciting times for the club. Honestly, like pathways, you look at the Panthers model, what they were able to achieve. It all stems in their pathways. They've got a great system there where you walk in the door early days, you've got a clear path to reach first grade. Now, when I say a clear path, is that each team you go in, their systems are more and more like a replica of the first grade systems. The calls, the values, the movements, everything, game planning, it all starts to filter down. So Tangs, he spends all his time around Webby.
Who's Tangs?
Head coach for the Cup side.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. David Tunga Whainoa or something. Sorry, I don't know.
That's how I know him. Yeah, David.
Yeah, David, okay? But what I'm saying is that there is a product there where the values that the Cup are playing with right now in reserve grade are the values that the NRL side has. Okay, that hasn't always been the case. They're so connected. I've heard multiple times all year around the level of training on your scrimmage day or your opposed day. You got two teams just going at it iron sharpens iron, you know? So, like, that there's a real competition for spots in the first grade side, and that is largely due to what the cup is producing and the buy-in that you have from the cup. So to see them go on and get their flowers,
Well done, boys.
unreal, boys, unreal.
Another great example too of that is just how successful, as you mentioned earlier. But you know, when you see Leka Halasima being put forward for the Rookie of the Year kind of thing, those are the moments that you
Dimitri
go,
was a beast too.
yeah, those are the moments where you're like, okay, so our development
Starting
is
to churn
super
out some
strong
players.
because they can be up there in the headlines.
What's one player we can't lose? Like from the one that's coming through in the ranks, you think has to be with the Warriors?
Dimitri Waimonga.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dimitri, we cannot lose him.
I like going, and I also like the hooker. What's the hooker?
Oh,
Healy.
sorry. Are we talking about someone that's... Sorry,
Nah, either
Dimitri,
or, that's-
Dimitri's
Dimitri's
just
right
played
there.
a bit of first grade this year.
Yeah, no, in the actual.
Oh, New South Wales Cup.
Big fan of going. Big fan of.
Yeah, Kalani's been around a few years,
Yeah.
right?
Healy was so good.
Healy's obviously one people
Weapon.
are loving. Eddie Toyava,
Yeah.
hit him here. He's like,
So we got a few coming through.
there's
We're
a
going to
few
be all right.
there. There's a core group. There really is a core group.
And we
but-
did this year without Mitch, and we did it without Luke.
Even Tane to like, man, far
Yeah.
out. What a stack side they've got, hey?
So
Shit.
good. They've had so many
So
minutes
boys,
played.
they get to go over this week. They're playing on grand final day, curtain raiser, or maybe before the women's game, I think. So they're playing against the Burleigh Bears. So this is what's cool. So now they do the Interstate Cup. So their grand final, which is against the Dragons, New South Wales Cup, on the same weekend in Queensland, which is the equivalent. Burleigh Bears got up in their final up there. So now, they play Interstate Cup. Grand final day, which will be unreal. So hopefully
Awesome.
they take out the whole thing.
All the best.
Good
boys.
luck, Bunty.
Hey, come on, big
Last way
bumps.
up.
Come on.
All right, let's final one because we have dragged this out. Let's go with Carlos Alberg.
Oh,
next
yes, I've been
CKB
waiting for
division
this.
Champion.
Oh my Lord, Carlos, bro, I'm coming.
Hey,
Yes, bro. Nah, I thought the same thing when I heard it, but man, you can say whatever you want to, brother.
no, he was good.
Bro,
He
I'm a
looked.
believer.
Hey, 'cause
Carlos, I'm a believer, brother.
I know Dominic Reyes has had a bit of a rough couple of years, but he bounced back. He got back in the winner's circle in his last fight. And I seen Dominic Reyes fight John Jones.
Dominic Reyes won that fight.
Well,
Not.
but anyway, the
officially,
fact
but he
that it's
won
even a
fight.
conversation, right? Like, he's good, bro.
Bro,
And
Carlos-
Carlos Alberg, like,
he didn't blink,
how?
bro.
How?
He-
I heard the commentator say, bro, boom, and then what makes Alberg so tough is that you see it, he gets off the line and comes over top. Bang!
He hit him with the 1-2. I'll see
That was
you.
cool, yeah.
See you later.
And then he goes to the cage. Hunter, you get me to Vegas. I want to be the backup.
Bro, how calm did he look?
Oh my
Bro,
God, scary Alzo.
I didn't think anyone would want to fight Pereira. We've seen a chink in the armor. Ankalaev, I think he could do it too, bro. He was calm. He was relaxed. I think we got a champion on the way.
Okay.
I'm a believer in Carlos. That was absolutely incredible, brother.
Okay.
Good luck. Good luck.
Imagine if he does go the backup and fights this weekend. What a dope.
Imagine that.
I just love this chat in the post, like in the presser. He's like, similar to Izzy. All about just doing stuff that hasn't been done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what drives them. You know, like not here to
One-on-ones.
take part. Like, yeah, they just want to do stuff. And he's like, I don't know if anyone's ever fought for a title shot the week before and then fought in a title fight the week after, type
Yes.
thing. So he's like, I want to just put myself in that
I'll be
position to
first.
achieve it. So
He didn't take
Well,
much damage either.
what, he
He
didn't?
None.
No.
I don't know
He
if he,
didn't.
I don't know if he got touched once.
he was doing those ones, bro. Like, mate.
Bro, he was in, he was out.
I'm so happy too because every time City Kickboxing brings out another star, you're just like, and he's
Well,
been out.
shout
for a
out to
while,
the
but-
rest of the boys on the card too. man.
Two. Yes.
Like, I
Yes,
think they had.
Navajo.
I think even ANZ, right? ANZ fighters. There was 11 fights.
Michelle Montague, can I just give her
Yeah.
her flowers? She has been
She's from-
incredible.
Where's she from?
She's Masterton, is it? It's like a small town.
Matamata.
Yeah, Matamata, yes.
Was it Matamata?
It's Matamata. I think it's one of
Was
those.
it?
Yeah, it's a small town.
don't know.
I know her parents owned a
I don't know.
kayak.
I was like somewhere down there, but I was like when she said it, I was like, bro, man, she's legit like Kiwi.
And sounds legit Kiwi. I've
Yeah.
spent a bit of time with Michelle.
dog,
She's
eh?
awesome. She's her parents own a kayaking shop, like just out and about
Yeah.
kind of people about it. And she's been fighting in different circles
Yeah, CKB.
for a while, but now she's in the UFC.
But
It's so
ANZ,
good
they
to see
won
her.
10 of 11 fights.
Happy with that.
Anzacs, baby.
Well done.
Happy with that.
Well
Just
done.
quickly before we go, Grace Nowicki calling out for Nolene Totowa's return at the when they won the
Big.
third game of the Tani
What's
Jamison.
the juice, man? What's the juice?
Well, the juice is. How are we meant to know the juice when we haven't heard anything,
Yeah.
bro? Why are they all gone quiet?
I don't think many of them actually know. I don't know
No, no.
if many people know what's going on.
No, I'm not talking about the players. Why have we not heard anything from Jenny Wiley? Why have we not heard anything from New Zealand netball in general?
She's done one
Jenny has
interview.
come out with one interview,
Like,
and she didn't have a lot to say either.
Like, give us something, bro.
Bro,
Give us
in
clarity.
all honesty, Shaun, in all honesty, I actually truly believe no one quite knows what's going on.
No, bro, what's going on?
I actually believe that.
Nah, they know in-house.
What?
You
What
can't
is-
have
it's
Grace
either
come
she's
out
in
and
or
be
she's
like,
out.
we support you. We're with you. Give me the mic.
Give
I'm
us
going to
something
say
that
this.
I haven't
like,
seen enough. I haven't seen anyone.
They know.
Oh, so
in-house.
they
know.
They know. They
I think-
have to.
I reckon, this is my take, right? And I could be completely wrong. I reckon something came up, players weren't happy with something, Knowles got put on timeout. They go back and say, all right, we've kind of decided, Knowles, that like the players want you back. It is what it is. We've worked through this process, and Knowles has gone, nah. Imagine it.
That's play
fair
on.
enough, too.
That's how I would feel it's gone.
Play on.
But I have no idea. I've got no inside word, so please don't take my word
Mark's
for
friends
it.
with Jenny Wiley.
I am not friends with
Oh,
Jenny.
I'm
I think
sorry.
she's,
Yeah,
I think
no, good.
no, I think she's a fine operator. I think she does her job. She's been in the role for, well, not 16 years, but she's been with Netball New Zealand. She's a lovely person. I don't have any beef with her. I know
Oh
she's
no,
trying
we're
her
not
hardest.
questioning her as a person. Sorry, let's make that very clear.
Totally.
This is not a. This is I.
I
Geez,
actually
we
think
need to
she-
say that.
He's doing that. He's stirring. He's like,
Yeah,
he's
like
pro
this is
Jenny Wiley.
nothing with Jenny Wiley. I'm talking about
There's a lot of hoopla over
administration
there.
to New Zealand netball.
Shut up, Brook.
and how it's gone backwards.
Yeah, it has. It
I
has.
actually, my honest opinion, I think she might be the scapegoat because I know that she's the biggest fan of Noeline.
Yeah.
And
She's the one that got Noeline back in, right?
Yeah, so I actually think this is mine, and I don't know anything about it. I think that she is there taking one for the team right now.
Look, for everyone who's still watching, right to the very end of the show,
And I
and this
know
is the
nothing,
end of
by
the
the
show, none of us know anything. It's not even our fault because no one's saying anything. Whatever happens,
Oh, Mark, before we go, hold on. Everyone's got to see what you're wearing today.
we don't have to do that.
Come on, man.
Yeah, actually, can you?
Yeah, well,
like,
give me-
'cause-
It's a bit weird.
yeah. Come over here and get in front if you want.
Just
'cause
come
we
stand
need
here.
a full.
Prefer not to.
Mark's
it's-
wearing what looks like Michael Phelps's outfit before he went out to swim at the Olympics, but also like the aunties, they all smoke and they have their coffee in the morning.
There you go.
Like, where do you even get that from?
Timu. But anyway,
That's Stan Walker 2008.
enjoy your grand final weekend, Shaun, and sports fans enjoy what's going to be a wicked weekend of sports.
What material is that?
I don't know. Whatever.
It looks
Timu
comfy
uses.
though. Whatever that
It's
is, it
super
does look comfy.
We're supposed to be on holiday, just FYI,
Yes.
so I rolled out of the house with this. That's
Enjoy your sport
Can you
this
go
weekend.
Wingardium Leviosa.
you're a dick.
Play on.
Lambrongini. Look at the speed! Shaun Johnson! Aguero! It's over! Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
In your life have you seen anything like that?
Elliott hits it over the grandstand! And New Zealand are in the World Cup final!
Play on. Play on. Play on. Play on.